Hello everyone, I'm Heather Dawson, and as always, it's a pleasure bringing you the best of California every week on our show.
Nothing in all of professional sports personifies the passion of competition more so than the drive to be truly great.
I am there to do one job, and that is to win that race.
Carl Edwards has that drive. Consumed with a drive for greatness, Carl Edwards simply outworks.
Once I had that paradigm shift where I started paying attention to staying in shape and treating my body right, I feel like that really helped me a lot in racing, and it's helped me a lot in life.
Outperforms.
Life's an adventure. You got to go do it. It's neat. It's different. I never expected to be co-hosting a morning show with Kelly Ripa and things like that. I want to have some fun and do some neat things, and I've enjoyed all that stuff.
Outstudies.
In my mind, if you're going to do something, you might as well do it really well.
And simply goes faster than those around him. Along the way, Edwards has grown into one of the brightest stars in NASCAR.
It's been an adventure. I'm very, very fortunate to be doing what I'm doing.
Edwards has parlayed his talents and success to become a voice in the community.
I feel very honored and humbled to have been chosen by the President and the First Lady to participate in the President's Council on Fitness, Sports, and Nutrition. If you can educate people, especially at a young age, I think it's great.
And one of the most distinguished marketing partners in professional athletics.
The partners that I have right now, the most fun things we do together are the things that I can get behind, and I can say, hey, look, I love Subway breakfast sandwiches. So, what can we do to go out there and get the word out? Aflac. I broke my foot playing Frisbee. I got my Aflac checked. I know how it works. I respect what they do. And for me, when I can work with a partner and help market their products or market their services that way in a real, live, genuine way, that's as good as it gets.
While never losing sight of his competitive edge or desire to be the best.
For me, when you get it right, when you're standing in victory lane and the champagne's flying and everybody's happy and you've accomplished something and beat all these other people, it's so satisfying because of how difficult it is.
It's closing fast now.
Through dedication, determination, sacrifice, and talent, Carl Edwards has grown into a mentor, example, competitor, and champion. This is Roush Fenway Racing.
He's fast, furioso, and hungry. And he's one of the 65 horses that performs each night in Odysseo. Through heart-pounding stunts, breathtaking acrobatics, and stunning visual effects, Odysseo takes you on a journey to the farthest reaches of your imagination.
I wanted to tell the story that men and horses have been together for a million years, and they have discovered together the most beautiful landscape in the world.
To bring that landscape to life, creator Normand Latourelle had to think big, really big. The Odysseo stage is made up of 10,000 tons of dirt, and it's all packed inside this huge tent the size of a football field.
I wanted to give the horse enough space to have fun.
Latourelle also wanted to give the audience an experience unlike any other.
My goal, it was the same goal when we created Cirque du Soleil. We want them to discover something they haven't seen before.
In this case, the world's first 6D show.
You have the stage, and then the forest, the mountain appears, and then a projection, and the projection are 3D projections.
Of course, you can't put on a show without the performers. The cast of Odysseo includes 65 majestic horses, along with dozens of riders, acrobats, and aerialists like Brennan Fagari, who says he knew nothing about horses before coming to work on this show.
They're all so different, and how you interact with them really changes from one horse to another. Sometimes he's totally 100% with me, other times he's a bit more distracted, and I really kind of have to keep him on point.
A relationship that he says is both challenging and exhilarating.
The hoop doesn't have a good day or a bad day.
Right.
The hoop is constant. That is steady. That's always going to be there. And if you're doing like the duet on the pole, you at least can speak with them. But with horses, everything, it's such fine communication with body language and just the energy that you give them. It's so different and it's so exciting.
For the audience, too.
I have not seen one show where the crowd didn't stood up.
Bringing you the best of entertainment, I'm Audra Stafford for California Life.
And coming up next, Dr. Kenny David Fine gives us a front row private concert. Plus, it's time again for the biggest race of the year. See how Roush Fenway drivers prepare for the grueling NASCAR season. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back right here on California Life.
Founded by Jacques Lubin and his partners in 1990, Inkplan USA has helped thousands of entrepreneurs to form legal entities throughout the world. Our clients have also made productive use of the various services that we offer: initial company registrations, bank consulting, virtual office services, and more. Inkplan's clientele continues to grow primarily from customer referrals. We are affiliated with Corporate Holding Services, a highly respected Delaware firm that advises large U.S. and international corporations.
The Patio Restaurants in San Diego, where you'll always find fresh seasonal food with a distinct local flavor. Toast to the coast at the Patio on Lamont in Pacific Beach. Enjoy beefed up ballpark favorites at the Patio in Left Field at Petco Park. Try the top-notch collection of tequila at the Patio on Goldfinch in Mission Hills. And fire up your taste buds at Fireside by the Patio at Liberty Station. Make your reservation now at thepatiosd.com.
If you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or unsecured loans, this is what it looks like. But there is a solution. Only National Debt Relief has the Debt Reset program that negotiates with your creditors to reduce your debt down to a fraction of what you owe, and will customize a low monthly payment plan, helping you become debt-free in as little as 24 to 48 months. And you don't pay a dime until we succeed.
Call now for your free $100 gift card. Call 800-928-0543. Are you 65 or older, suffering from back pain, disc herniation, osteoarthritis, or spinal stenosis? Thousands of people are getting the relief they need from the Vertilock back brace from Dr. Approved Medical. Designed with orthopedic technology, the Vertilock back brace can reduce pain and can be an alternative to surgery or medications. Everything may be covered by Medicare or your insurance, so there's little or no cost to you. Call now and get free shipping and our complimentary pain relieving gel. Call 800-379-9684.
What you
Dr. Kenny David Fine influences audiences all over the world with his knowledge and groundbreaking research on intestinal health and his soul-touching music. Now today we're welcoming Dr. Ken to share his newest inspiring single, Bird in Hand. Always a pleasure, and we're so glad you're back with us here on California Life.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about your love of music.
As I identify in my professional timeline, and high school graduation sent me into medical school in a very advanced program in Missouri called University of Missouri, Kansas City. But I also kind of launched my desire to be a singer and then ultimately a guitar playing musician. And I guess I never let go.
And obviously your music is more than just entertaining, it's inspirational for you.
Yeah, well, and for others, I hope.
Yeah.
The word inspirational actually has the word spirit in it, so I usually use that word, wanting to inspire people to goodness and creativity. And you know what? I always like to hear at a show or some place where I just played that somebody says, you know, I used to play guitar and I'm gonna get back with it because, you know, you inspired me to do that. So I think that's a subtle part of my desire too, is to inspire others to their own creativity.
And the new single, it is something that you experienced a little bit.
Bird in the Hand is the new single release out of Nashville. You know, my dad used to say, bird in the hand's worth two in the bush. And I have to say, at a period of time in my life where I was making a geographic transition and moving from Kansas City to Dallas, I said goodbye to a very sweet girl. And the Bird in the Hand song was a tribute to how wonderful she was. And why did I lose her? Because I let her hand go.
And all of us can relate to that. So, well, we'd love to hear it.
Oh,
can you
that'd
play
be
it
great.
For us?
once had a girl, gave me the world, and asked for nothing in return. turn. She treated me like I was a king, with lots of love and much concern. How did I lose my baby? It's not too hard to understand. She went away when I turned away, like letting go the bird in hand. So I went down the road in search of some gold, hoping that I'd find it soon. I went round and round, none could be found, and I ended up on the moon. How did I lose my baby? It's easy when I think it through. I lost her hand when I let go her hand. What else was she supposed to do?
Why does it seem like it was a dream? A time that was oh so strange. What I wouldn't give for a chance to relive and a second shot at that change. How did I lose my baby? It's not too hard to understand. She went away when I turned away, by letting go the bird in hand. Why does it seem like it was a dream, a time that was oh so strange? What I wouldn't give for a chance to relive and a second shot at that change.
And coming up next, he's got a big seat to fill. See why NASCAR driver Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is more than ready to take on the Cup Series for Roush Fenway Racing, while his teammate Trevor Bayne is gearing up for the Daytona 500. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back at the Best of California on California Live.
Welcome back. Big news from Beverly Hills. Celebrity plastic surgeon Dr. Andrew Orden has discovered an anti-aging breakthrough called Fill and Freeze, and he's giving away 1 million bottles free.
I've spent nearly 30 years looking for an effective, instant breakthrough to reduce the appearance of wrinkles that can be applied topically instead of with surgery or invasive medical techniques. And I finally found it with Derm Exclusives Fill and Freeze.
Wow, I'm young again. I don't feel like an old lady. The lines are gone.
Oh my God, wow. I can't believe it. It looks really good. It gives you a whole new confidence.
It definitely took 10 years off. If I went to a dermatologist here in the city, I would pay $300-400 for this.
I know you're wondering what Derm Exclusive can do for you. Well, you don't have to wonder. You can order it right now and try it for yourself, absolutely risk-free. And here's how.
Call now during this special direct-to-consumer offer and you won't pay $120. Today, you can get your own instant results with Fill and Freeze for only $59. But that's not all. Today, we're taking another $20 off, so now you can get this instant wrinkle-removing miracle for the low price of only $39.95. And as part of our 1 million bottle giveaway, Dr. Orden is including a second $60 bottle of Fill and Freeze free. That's nearly $120 of Fill and Freeze for only $39.95. Dr. Orden will even include his Micro-Peel Resurfacing Pads, Intensive Repair Serum, and Collagen Lift Moisturizer, a $200 value, free. Order now and we'll even upgrade your order to Express Delivery. That's a $15 value, free. Plus, you even get to try it risk-free for 30 days with our money-back guarantee, but you must call to order. Call 1-800-619-1871. That's 1-800-619-1871. Order now.
He won the Daytona 500 and now he's gearing up again for the biggest race of the season. And sorry ladies, but Trevor Bayne is almost officially off the market. Let's see what drives this winning Roush Fenway racer to success.
Yesterday was the 53rd running of the Great American Race, the Daytona 500. And while it started out somber as the 10th anniversary of the death of a beloved icon, the rest of the day belonged to a young man in a big hurry, the youngest man ever to win the big one.
In winning the 2011 Daytona 500, Trevor Bayne stormed onto the front page of the racing world, becoming the youngest winner of the sport's biggest event and celebrating on its grandest stage.
There's nothing like winning a Daytona 500. I don't know if I'll ever experience anything like that again. Hopefully we'll win another one and win some championships.
In the process, the 20-year-old up-and-comer pulled off one of the biggest upsets in sports history, vaulting himself into the national spotlight and establishing himself as the face of the new generation of professional athletes. Literally overnight, the Knoxville, Tennessee native became a household name and social media sensation. However, lofty achievements don't come without a price, and fame without sacrifice. For Bayne, that sacrifice comes in the form of long hours in the gym.
There's two reasons to be physically fit in racing. One is because you'll be worn out if you're not. It is really physically demanding in a race car. It's 140, 150 degrees at times, depending on how hot it is that weekend. It's like sitting in a sauna and taking on some G-forces for 4 hours at a time. Outside of that, there's not much we can do as drivers during the week to better ourselves in the car. We can't go practice, we can't go test, can't go out here in the parking lot and make laps. The only thing that we can do to make ourselves better in that race car is be physically fit.
For Bayne, the commitment to stay physically fit is more than an initiative, it's a way of life. And in the end, provides the edge that sets champions apart from the rest of the field.
If it's something you've prepared for and you've worked at, it fuels the fire to go after it. On that restart at Texas when I was sitting fourth, and it had been 2 years in the making waiting on that first nationwide win, it wasn't like I just showed up that day and hopped in a race car for the first time and now I'm fourth, okay, I might go win this race. It was something that we wanted and we've been working at it, and there's points in a race where you can make a difference as a driver and say, you know, okay, I've got a fifth place car, I'm gonna finish fifth, or you can say I've got a fifth place car and I'm gonna go try to win this race, and you gotta dig down deep and go after them.
Celebrating 25 winning years, this is Roush Fenway Racing.
And Trevor Bayne's teammate Ricky Stenhouse Jr. has moved up to the Cup Series. Here's more on Roush Fenway's promising driver, Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
At just 25 years of age, Roush Fenway Racing's Ricky Stenhouse Jr. stands on the cusp of the sport's elite.
People saying I'm a future of our sport. I feel like I can be the best driver in NASCAR, and that's what Jack Roush hires me to do.
Already a NASCAR champion and commonly referred to as the future of the sport, Stenhouse possesses an unwavering commitment to success and an unyielding attitude forged from a fire-makes-steel upbringing and an iron will that simply refuses to be outworked by any would-be challenger.
I don't feel like anybody's going to outwork me.
Stenhouse's aggressive, wide-open temperament, while occasionally drawing the ire of the competition, has sparked the passion of fans, making him one of the fastest-growing stars in the sport, and prompting legendary team owner Jack Roush to promote his young driver into Roush Fenway's historic number 17 Sprint Cup Ford in 2013.
Aggressive is my style when it comes to driving.
Perhaps more than any skill, Stenhouse's hard-nosed work ethic and practical mindset has propelled the young driver to the threshold of greatness. Young, aggressive, determined, and with the loftiest of goals, to be the best ever to get behind the wheel of a car.
Everybody wants to be the best in their sport. I think it's an achievable goal.
Ricky's strong presence and well-spoken demeanor has made him a favorite with fans and partners alike, a feeling that is well reciprocated by the young driver.
It's nice when you get out of the car and you really believe in what they do as a company.
But Stenhouse's ascent through the NASCAR ranks has not come without moments of trial. In 2010, Roush actually set his young star down after a series of early struggles.
Jack set us out a couple races, also put me in the shop working. I was here at 6:30 with the guys and stayed till 5:30, and this was a part of the shop. I think that was a good learning experience, but it was a tough one.
However, like a true champion, Stenhouse persevered, pulling from his experience and understanding it's the scars along the way that has afforded him the toughness and grit to go door to door, outdueling some of the fiercest competition in all of professional sports. Having overcome early struggles, Stenhouse is poised to take the reins of the number 17 Sprint Cup Ford in 2013 while launching down another path that serves as only a continuation of his unbridled desire to be the best. This is Roush Fenway Racing. Eating healthy is important for all of us. The USDA and the Department of Health and Human Services have recently released their new dietary guidelines. And among their suggestions, they recommend that all Americans eat at least 2 to 3 seafood meals each week. That for heart, brain, and weight benefits. Nationally renowned nutritionist and author Elizabeth Ward says the new guidelines call for gradual changes in your diet.
Well, the new dietary guidelines recommend shifts in your eating patterns so that you get more whole grains, fruits, vegetables, lean sources of protein such as seafood on your plate more often. And seafood does get a shout out in these guidelines. Adults need at least 2 seafood meals weekly, and pregnant and breastfeeding women need 2 to 3 seafood meals weekly. And that's really for all of the health benefits that seafood provides, including omega-3 fats, vitamin D, vitamin B12, and iron. And these are nutrients that many people don't get enough of.
And Elizabeth says that the new dietary guidelines really underscore the need for pregnant and breastfeeding women to include seafood in their diets.
Well, I think the guidelines underscored the importance by giving a specific amount. They didn't just say eat more. They said to pregnant and breastfeeding women, you need 2 to 3 seafood meals a week. And the reason for that is because seafood contains an omega-3 fat called DHA. And DHA is critical to a baby's brain development during pregnancy and during early life.
And while these new dietary guidelines are urging at least 2 seafood meals a week, studies show that on average adults eat less than 1 serving per week, and pregnant women are eating less than a half a serving per week. But Elizabeth says it's easy to add seafood to things you're already eating.
The way to do that is to just incorporate it in at all different meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and GetRealAboutSeafood.com has excellent tips about fish. And what I recommend is that people take a look at substituting fish in their favorite dishes. So maybe instead of making chicken and broccoli penne, a beef taco, that you're actually making tuna penne, a grilled shrimp taco instead.
And while change can be difficult, Elizabeth says making dietary changes doesn't have to be drastic.
The new dietary guidelines recommend gradual changes and small shifts. That will get you there. That will help to make a big difference. So let's say in the morning, instead of having a white bagel and cream cheese, that you're having a bowl of whole grain cereal, or you're having a whole wheat bagel and some salmon, instead, so that you're working in the healthier foods that the guidelines say you should have.
For more information on the new dietary guidelines and the benefits of seafood, make sure you check out GetRealAboutSeafood.com. Bringing you the best of California, I'm David Wiley for California Life.
And that's it for us. If you missed any part of our show, please go to our website, CaliforniaLifeHD.com. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. We'll see you next time.
Or watch us on our YouTube channel. Stay connected to our social media, like our blogs on Facebook. Follow our tweets on Twitter. And check out our posts on Instagram and Pinterest, where we bring you the best of California.